I got a feller who's been helping me with my vehicle. We broke off a bolt, and of course, I have to get a new one, so he's searching about, trying to find what he can on that. None of the parts store in the area or in the Dalles, which is an hour away. It's about 2 hours round trip if we had a running vehicle. His truck is busted, so he's got to fix it. Otherwise, he'd hop across the border to Washington State and grab some parts there, I guess. Anyway, Mechanics Anonymous. There's a few people. Oh, there's somebody with too much money. Anyway, there's a few folks here who do have mechanic experience that are on the streets. There's also a few of them who live here. There is quite a congregation of Hispanic folks who are into their vehicles here, so a lot of Hispanic folks will actually stop when you're trying to look at your vehicle or work on your vehicle. If they're, well, sometimes they want to help, and sometimes they're just interested in what you got under the hood. But I've been able to get enough pointers to keep my vehicle running on the cheap. Real cheap, actually. But there's also the fact that I really don't want to rip anybody off. I want to make sure they get at least something out of it. Oh, more folks from Colorado. There's a lot of folks from Colorado drove up to Oregon this year. Probably sick of Colorado. Maybe this is some of the return campers, you know, the ones that moved to Colorado because, well, there was those of us in Colorado who fought hard to get it legal. As far as marijuana goes, these are the folks that didn't have the intestinal fortitude to vote for legalization in their own state. Maybe they're just coming home. Maybe now that it's legal here, they don't feel like fucking up Colorado anymore. Hello. Still breathing. Not quite dead yet. Morning.
For you. You need anything?
No, ma'am. I'm good for now. I'm gonna go get some garbage bags and clean up some of the trash down by the Sinclair, I think.
You are awesome.
Well,
It wasn't that bad today when I was down there, but
yeah, when it got windy a little bit last night, it probably blew some of it out, which is nice. And Rudy goes through and picks up like a lot of this town, I guess. So I'm just trying to.
Cool of you. Really,
It is.
Awesome. You need some cans?
Nope.
Okay.
But thank you.
This morning, bus driver wouldn't let me get on the bus with cans, so I'm like, I don't want to walk all the way back down the tracks a ways with the cans, and I don't want to walk up the hill, and I don't want to walk all the same ways. I'm just lazy today. I don't feel like
It's already starting to get hot, and
I know, and I
the
just don't feel like
blacktop's
doing
pushing
it.
up.
He doesn't always, We started early this morning, and I did some of them, $5 at Sinclair, but
So he's already been at it for a while.
yeah.
Short legs too. He looks like Benji.
He does look like Benji, but he's not. Because Benji was like in the 70s, so
Yeah.
he's a Rocco. He's a Rocco, and he's a little feisty, but he's a little cranky right now, and probably hungry and needs a nap. So
Like I said, I'm headed down to Sinclair. I got to get some trash bags so I can pick up the garbage. But if you're still here on the way back, I'll grab some water or something for you.
Oh, I got water. We're good. That's
Yes,
why I was asking if you need anything. Thank you
Oh.
very much. I appreciate it. I'm trying to figure out if I can stash these here, or if I can find a container, put them in, so I can fool the bus driver and be like, "Hey, sir, you've gotten on the bus around here with cans before, haven't you?"
Nope, I just rode on the bus for the first time day before yesterday.
I know I have though. I've gotten on with a couple bags before. I don't know.
Well, they got some new bus drivers, so they might not be aware yet.
Just the bus driver. sure each one's gonna be different. So
Yes, ma'am.
I was kind of thinking if I go get a suitcase, then I gotta walk all the way back down there and get a suitcase, throw them in there, and then come back here.
That guy's down there that's usually there with the two dogs. I know he does cans. I might be able to throw you some money and have him drag the cans down.
Oh no, I know there's nobody down there today. I was just down there, but like I said, I already did 50 down there, so.
All right.
I might just carry him back and then come back tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Buddy, by the way.
I'm Sean. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sean. Will you have a fun day?
I'm going to at least pretend to. Absolutely. All right, so getting back to the mechanics, right? That lady was off, wasn't she? Other street folks out here. She said nobody's down here yet, and that's probably true. There's one Jim. He's one of the folks from yesterday. He's just standing over it across the crosswalk. Most of the folks out here, if they don't know shit about vehicles, they'll be pretty straightforward with you about it. Some of them are bullshit, but not all of them. And of course, that feller doesn't want to take my money. He's too good for it right now, and says, well, you can pay me when the job is done. Your car is running, and we know it's fixed. So, I guess that's what we're doing. He's aware that I'm broke. I'm aware that he's broke. He brought a friend last night. Wanted to see my ride and possibly take part in at least moving it and getting that broken screw out of there. So they came by last night and got that out of there. Again, another late night. And then of course, like I said, everybody here keeps trying to turn me on to some Hispanic folks, which is totally cool. The only problem with that is that I got to get my car actually moving in order to get it to a place like that, or the tow bill is going to be friggin' expensive. I have been trying to find somebody who's got a flatbed and a pickup that might be able to take me somewhere for a little cheaper than what a tow truck company would charge. There's also the situation with Dean. Like I'm real pensive about going anywhere. Also about being where I'm at, because if they decide to tow my stuff, they will. Obviously, they got my number in this town. There's some good folks and some not so good folks. Well, it's mostly just nice folks. But on the bright side, we got to see how the folks who work at the gas station to keep the kids safe. Even the folks at the gas station, you think of these folks as like lowly servants and, basically property. They're not human or whatever. But when that little girl was getting harassed the other day, it was the gas station attendants who took care of it. I think that's all of our responsibility. Not just in this country, but as human beings. So when we see something going on, we step up right then and there and do something. You don't wait for 6 months until they find some 14-year-old's corpse off in the woods. You do something about it right now. And the biggest problem with Americans is, you just need to mind your own business. No, that's how you end up with 14-year-old girls dead off in the woods. I've been from one end of the country to the other covering this. I've covered everything from the missing women of Hardin, Montana, to the human trafficking across the state of Nebraska, and of course the involvement here in Hood River of that very same human trafficking. Obviously, being out here on the streets, I'm more likely to get treated like I'm schizophrenic than I am to actually be heard. Now there is a young woman here she's 19, so she's an adult. She's very short. She's very skinny. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes, so she's more likely to be heard. And that's one of the things that her boyfriend today actually admitted to. He admitted that he's far more likely to get heard because she's there. Also, a couple of the folks who were at the gas station have been homeless before, and well, they tend to agree with that as well, and there's a reason they agree. We've seen it, we've lived through it. Anyway, I'm going to go on the Sinclair here and see if they have any trash bags because, well, the one that I have up there at the park and ride is almost full. There's another one at the park and ride that is full. And this is the area right here that I was going to clean up. That I got permission to clean up. Not sure if it's showing you all the garbage, but there is quite a bit of it. And of course, it takes a bit of time to get it all cleaned up, but it's worth it. There's another feller here who cleans up. I gotta wait a little bit for a call to find out about my parts. So until that mechanic gets a hold of me and says, all right, I got the parts, I'm trying to burn some time, keep my head busy, and try to get it off the parts of the world that suck. So hopefully they got some trash bags in here and we'll get a little bit of garbage picked up and clean up the community. Anyway, it's good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Good morning. And remember, you are your brother's keeper. No victim left behind.